Morning. Welcome back to Firestone Forge. I want to do a little quick 5-minute video here. It's just going to be me talking. I'm sitting out at the top of the bus because I'm enjoying this gorgeous weather that we're having today. And comparatively speaking, how warm it is. So, here's the situation. About a month ago, just before Christmas, week of the 20th roughly, we had a cold snap come through, and it got cold. A lot of northeastern winds blowing down and stuff like that. Well, I don't have a thermometer outside here, but I end up going to work, and everybody's phones was saying that it was anywhere between 7 degrees down to -7 degrees, but with a wind chill of -20. So it got pretty damn cold. It got real cold. It got cold enough that me and my neighbor, who kept coming over here to feed my wood stove while I was at work, both of us caught low-grade hypothermia. It's kind of an eye-opening experience. There was a 1/4 inch of ice on the uprights in my bus. This went on for about 3.5 to 4 days. And it really wasn't until after Christmas when things really warmed up, the weather changed, and all of that was able to melt off on the inside here. Otherwise than that, it was really cold. Now, I've got wool thermals on, smart wool thermals. I've got pajamas on over that. I've got this wool sweater that I wear also when I go to bed. And I don't know how many pairs of wool socks, and I also wear a insulated hat underneath this thing when I go to bed. Now, my sleep system's a little different. I have my bed, and then I've got my sheets, of course. Then I've got another, like, kind of a velvety type blanket over the top of that. Then I've got a wool sleeping bag that I just leave open as a blanket. That's rated for -50. I believe that was made by Lucky Sheep online. It's rated for -50, and I love that thing. That thing works great. Little pricey, but well worth, I could honestly say, probably worth my life at this point. Okay? Now, I also have a wool sheet that I place on the bottom, and then I kind of fold that under. I like to be able to sprawl out, like, move my legs out and stuff like that when I sleep, so, actually having it as a sleeping bag, just doesn't quite work for me. But it has kept me warm when I go to bed. I've obviously got to get it warmed up first. But anyway, it's been a very hard and interesting situation living like this. You start to see just how challenging it is and how challenging it can be. I don't think I'll be able to do another winter up here without insulating the bus better, which means that I have to do the roof raise and get it insulated well before next winter, which I can do the work for the most part. I can do the welding, I can do the roof raise, but I'm going to have to find some place that will do the insulation. And what's more is financially I've got to afford it. That's the biggest problem. So yeah, I just wanted to give kind of a little brief update and let you know what's been going on, and apologize for not showing more video. I had a bunch of video on putting up wainscoting on the inside of the bus, skirting the bus with some foam board insulation, which it's not even fully skirted because the snow started falling before I could finish it. But I was able to kind of cobble some pieces together enough to make it work. It still does get some airflow down there though. I had a bunch of different video, but I set my camera down, I guess, the wrong way, and it corrupted all the files. So I'm at a loss. So unfortunately, a lot of the video footage I have of doing the flooring and things like that, the rest of the way, the rust neutralization, it's all gone. So it is what it is. Right now, it's just trying to get through the rest of the winter. I'll try and do some videos when I can. This isn't going the way I wanted it to, I'll tell you that much, but I'm alive. And it's gorgeous out here, isn't it? Anyway, I'll talk to you later. I hope you guys have a wonderful day and take it easy. So that was filmed about mid-January. I'd wanted to upload it then and kind of, get it out there, but things happened. What past Phil didn't know is that there would be another 3 to 4 cold snaps. And it got cold. Every time. I have an indoor safe propane heater and a kerosene heater that I would have to ration the fuels for when it got super cold. My wood stove, I used North Idaho energy logs, and I have a thermometer on top, and I kept that thing basically in the red line. There's a couple of pieces on the inside at the top that are permanently warped because of how hot I ran that thing. I had it in the red all the time. If I was lucky, it would get up to 40 degrees on a good day in here. I lived basically between 30 and 40 degrees all winter long on good days. I had not only a 1/4 inch of ice on all my uprights, all the bolts for the wainscoting had frost all on them, sometimes a 1/4 inch thick, sometimes not, depending on how close they were to the heat. Wood stove. My batteries for my solar system are basically done at this point because they were exposed to such cold temperatures. My camera, half the time I couldn't film anything with it because it was just permanently frosted up on the lens. I'd have to set it almost next to the fire in order to try and clear it, but then the camera would start getting a little too warm, and of course I don't want to melt anything. It got cold. My mead and my hard cider that I've got, just fermenting here, the airlocks were frozen on the completely frozen on the hard cider. The mead, which is right next to the wood stove, was about 1/3 of the way frozen. The hard cider is only 2 foot away from the wood stove. It was frozen solid for a while. There was a lot that happened, and it got cold. I'm not trying to be a negative Nancy or something like that and, whine. I'm just trying to honestly say what I experienced. And I'd say it was hell, but hell is probably warmer. It was cold. It was very cold. The only time I had a reprieve was if I went to work. And that was the only time I really had to warm up. Otherwise than that, it was here, and it was cold. So, there's a lot of good things coming though. I'm going to be doing the roof raise this summer. I've got a smithy getting ready to start just as soon as I can get the gravel in here. And there's a lot of good things coming. Just got to get there yet. So, I hope you guys stick around, watch when you can, and stay warm. Have a good one.